What's up, 12 North? Get those heart rates ready, because what I'm about to drop today is going to shake the foundations of Seattle and put the entire division on high alert. The landscape shifted completely in the last few hours, and the front office moves for our reigning Super Bowl champs are heating up in ways nobody saw coming. Are you guys ready for the bombshells that could define our immediate future in 2026? The question everyone's asking is simple. Is the secret to a back-to-back title hidden in these decisions? You won't believe what's on the table today. So grab a seat, smash that like button, and let's get straight into the news. Also, make sure to subscribe right now. Our goal is to hit 1,000 subs to strengthen the voice of the loudest fans in the world. Look, family, winning the Super Bowl is the ultimate high, but the morning after is always a brutal reality check. What we're seeing right now is living proof that the top of the mountain is a lonely, expensive place to stay. John Schneider's philosophy has always been about prioritizing our own guys, taking care of home base before looking at someone else's yard. And that makes total sense when you're holding the trophy. But the cold, hard truth is that the NFL market is a hungry shark, and it just took a massive bite out of our roster. Losing Rick Woolen to the Eagles and Kobe Bryant to the Bears already hurts. But nothing, absolutely nothing, compares to the gut punch of seeing our Super Bowl MVP, the motor of this team, Kenneth Walker III, taking an offer from the Kansas City Chiefs. It's tough to process, I know. The guy was the soul of our run game, and now he's going to shine somewhere else, leaving a Space Needle-sized hole in our backfield. To make matters worse, the script looks like a horror movie. Zach Charbonnet, the natural heir to the throne, tore his ACL and is going to miss most of 2026. We look at the depth chart today and see George Holani, who's a solid backup. But let's be real, he's not the guy to carry the load during a title defense. The front office is backed into a corner because we only have 4 draft picks, and banking on an unknown rookie to replace an MVP is a risk that could tank the season. This is where the strategy has to be aggressive and surgical. There are veterans out there like Joe Mixon and Najee Harris, but the name making everyone do a double take is Brian Robinson Jr. Think about it. The guy worked with our new offensive coordinator, Brian Fleury, back with the Niners. He knows the system. He knows how Fleury likes to establish the run, and he'd bring that physical downhill style we love in Seattle. It would be the perfect revenge, grabbing someone from our biggest rival to fill the void Walker left behind. The fan base is split, the anxiety is real, and the pressure on Schneider is mounting. But if you think the hunt for a running back to keep the empire going ends with the obvious names, get ready. Because a rumor just surfaced behind the scenes that could literally break the internet and level up our offense in a way no one predicted. Just when you think the move might be a workhorse like Robinson, a heavyweight name drops that'll keep any fan up at night with pure hype. CBS Sports analyst Brian Duardo just tossed a grenade into the conversation, suggesting the Seattle Seahawks should go all in for none other than Alvin Kamara. Yeah, you heard that right. The Saints are in a salary cap nightmare and just inked Travis Etienne to a massive deal, which theoretically puts Kamara on the trade block. Now, just stop and imagine the damage a guy with his resume could do in Mike McDonald's scheme. Kamara isn't the same type of pure runner as Walker, but he's a lethal dual threat. We're talking about a guy with nearly 5,000 career receiving yards and the ability to teleport out of the backfield and torch linebackers like few others in NFL history. With Charbonnet sidelined after that nightmare injury against the Niners in the divisional round, our need for an elite playmaker is urgent. Kamara has racked up 86 career touchdowns, and even as a 9-year vet, he's still got that twitch that leaves defenders grasping at air. The real question is, would Schneider be willing to take on the contract of a veteran who's already banked over $67 million? The competition is stiff, with teams like the Broncos and Ravens also lurking, but Seattle has the shine of a championship ring to offer. Bringing in Kamara would be a declaration of war to the rest of the league, proving we aren't just trying to survive losing Walker, but actually evolving into an even more dangerous beast. The 12s are already blowing up social media, picturing Kamara catching flares from our QB and turning 3-yard checkdowns into 40-yard scores. It's the kind of move that separates one-hit wonders from true dynasties. However, while we're dreaming of this offensive superstar, a bizarre twist in another negotiation just kicked a door wide open that used to be locked tight. A failed physical in another city might have just handed Seattle a golden ticket to land the most feared defender in the league. And our connection to the Raiders head coach might be the ultimate trump card for this checkmate. The NFL market is pure chaos, and what happened with Max Crosby in the last few hours is proof that destiny wants to see Mad Max in Seahawks colors. The deal that was basically a lock between the Raiders and the Ravens collapsed at the finish line because of an alleged issue with Crosby's knee during the physical. Baltimore got cold feet and bailed, leaving Vegas's biggest star back on the market. This is where Seattle steps in like a shark in the water. With Boy Mafe gone to the Bengals, our pass rush is starving for a dominant force, and Schneider is sitting on a mountain of $43 million in cap space. But the secret sauce here isn't just the cash, it's the personal connection. The Raiders' new head coach is Clint Kubiak, who was our offensive coordinator 5 minutes ago and helped us lift that trophy. He knows every piece of our roster. He knows which players Vegas would actually want in a trade, and he has a direct line of trust with our front office. If the Raiders are willing to drop the original price of 2 first-round picks because of the medical scare, Seattle is the only logical destination. Crosby has 69.5 career sacks and is a tackle-for-loss machine. Putting a guy like that on the edge, even with a $30 million cap hit, would turn our defense into an impenetrable wall. The math is simple. We have the need, we have the cap room, and we have the inside track with the opposing coach. Is there a medical risk? Of course, but to go back-to-back, sometimes you have to bet big on generational talent. Reuters confirmed he's maintained an average of at least 7 sacks every single season, and in 2025, he went scorched earth with 10 sacks. Imagine Crosby and Uchenna Nwosu hunting QBs while our secondary locks everything down. If his knee is even remotely functional, Schneider needs to pull the trigger right now. It's the kind of move that ends the debate on who the favorite for 2026 is. The window is open. The price might have just tanked, and Coach Kubiak is on the other end of the line. Seattle can't let this chance slip away, because a player of this caliber only becomes available once in a blue moon, and our pursuit of eternal glory demands this kind of fearless hustle. Today has been an absolute emotional roller coaster for every Seahawks fan. We saw the painful exit of our MVP Kenneth Walker III and the void left by Charbonnet, but the doors opening with Alvin Kamara and the dramatic Max Crosby twist show that the Seattle Seahawks aren't here to play nice. We're at the heart of the biggest moves in the NFL, with the cap flexibility and the strategic ties to rebuild a roster that's even meaner than the last one. The goal is clear, the repeat. But what about you 12s? Would you rather bet on the Swiss Army knife talent of Kamara or the raw power of Max Crosby to lock down our throne? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to the channel so we can hit that 1,000 sub mark, and hit that like button. Is Crosby the final piece of our dynasty?